Okay, so let's solve the second and third question in this video quickly and let's make a progress. Okay, so what's the second question? So the second question is extract movie titles. So let me quickly go over here and let me document this. So the second one, what we are expecting is movie titles. Okay, so again, as I said, okay, I'll be making use of your anonymous functions, which are nothing but your lambda functions. You can write your if conditions also. Again, everyone has their own way of writing the code. Okay, now what map does? Map, okay, is an example of a higher order function which takes function as an argument and an input. Okay, and whatever input is passed to this function, it understands whether it's available or not. Inside that, if it is available, it will give that output. Okay, so it applies to all the elements in a given input list. So let me try to create a function and I'll try to say find movies. Okay, let's say find movies title. Okay, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to pass argument that is movies. Okay, now I'm trying to return. What I'm trying to return? I'm trying to return. Okay, so what I'm trying to return, so let's say map, I will be using map. Inside my map I'm trying to write lambda, any variable of your choice, and from that, okay, we need to find this title. So we will write x of title. So this is a function. What you need to pass? You need to pass your input. My input is nothing but your movies. Okay, so this is your function created. Let me call this function. Okay, so the function name is find movies, right? Yeah, find movies title. Okay, and we need to pass movies to it. Okay, let me save this and let me run this. Okay, if you see, I'm not getting any output. So what we need to do is, out of these things, whatever I told you, you can just try anyone which you looks good and it is expected. So let me run this. Can you see it is giving me an object? As we have seen, okay, your lambda functions like map, reduce, filter, they retain iterators. So I'm just trying to write a list on top of that and let me run this. Can you see it is giving me movies title? If you don't want to write your list over here, okay, you can simply go over here and wrap list over here. No issues, it's your call. Let me run this. Can you see I'm getting the output? So now if you see, I'm writing my code and returning over here. What you can do is, okay, simply you can assign to a variable also. It's up to you. Movie title equals to this. Okay, and return movie title. So if I now run my code, can you see? Again, it is giving me the same output. Let's take for an example, if you don't want to write this over here. Okay, and if I run this, I'm getting an object. What you can do is you can wrap here also, no problem. You should know, like, okay, permutation and combinations. Can you see I'm getting an object? If you don't want to write this over here, yes, you can wrap it over here. Let me just show that also quickly. Okay, let's come over here and let's wrap list. Okay, and let's run this. Can you see I'm getting the output? Sometimes like people might get confused. Okay, if you see I'm trying to give this name and give this name same, no, that's not an issue. Okay, so what I can do is I can just give this name. Let's say an argument could be like, let's say test argument. Okay, that's the argument while creating the function, but when you're trying to call that function, you need to pass the actual argument value. So I'm save this and let me run this. Still it is giving me the same output. So it should not be necessarily this name and the argument name, okay, should be same. Generally we try to keep like same so to avoid confusions, because it happens, okay, here I'm passing test, how this is getting past movie. So we need to understand these small basic functions understanding. Okay, you can pass any argument of your choice, but when you're calling that function, make it a practice that you're passing the actual argument, actual value to that function. Okay, so that's like your second one. So let me just finish it off this. So let me copy this. This is your second one. ठीक है? Let me comment this out and let's start working on the third one. So this was the second and we are working on the third one. ठीक है? Let's save this. Let's scroll up. What is the third question? Okay, so let's understand. So this is completed, this is completed. So we need to find index. Okay, let's go over here and let's document the index. Okay, now you might be generally doing, okay, so you see, if it would have been a list, okay, see the issue what I will feel, I want to make you understand is, okay, if it would have been list, okay, so your index would have worked straight away. Okay, but now this is a dictionary of a, like, it's a list and a diction, inside it's a dictionary. If you see, it's a list and inside that we have a dictionary. If it would have been a list of list, your straight away index would have worked. Okay, let me show you both the codes so you'll understand that what I mean to say. Okay, so first one, okay, this code would have worked on list. Okay, so what this code is, okay, first I will show you that code, okay, and then we will go for the solution, okay, which is available for us. Okay, so that you will understand, okay, what we are doing. All good? So let me just write a function. So let's say function and let's say find movie index. Okay, I'm passing how many argument? Let's say one argument is, let's say, titles, and the other argument is, let's say, in that I want to find, so I'll just name that as target title. It's up to you, you can name anything. Okay, you can name this as T and you can name this as position. So from that you want to find that position. Okay, so as I said, this name can be anything, but what we are trying to do is we are trying to find out the position of this. That's what we are trying to do. Okay, as I said a little while earlier, when you're trying to create the function, you can give any name of your choice, but when you're calling that function, okay, you need to make sure you're passing actual arguments. Okay, so I'm just trying to say titles. Don't get confused here. If you see, this is without S, this is with S, and target title, it means in this titles, when I will call this function, when actual argument would be pass, what I want to find out. So I can write like position also over here. It's up to you how you write it. If it makes like little comfortable to you, I'll use this. Again, it's your call. Okay, so I'm just trying to return. I have already shown you how to write, so now it's up to you. Either you write whatever things. Okay, so from this titles dot index, okay, what I need to do is, what I need to pass is my position. Okay, now I'll write one more condition. So if my position in, okay, what I'm trying to write is, if my position in titles, okay, it will return me titles. Okay, if it is not available, give me -1. Okay, that's what I have written, a small function. Okay, so I'll show you in a different approach also how to write this, but let's understand this for now. Okay, so now what we will do is we will call this little function. Okay, so the function name is find movies title, and it's expecting two things. Okay, so let's call this function. So find movies title, and what we are trying to pass is, okay, so we are trying to pass this as title. Okay, and here what is in that we need to find it out. We need to find it out is the value. What we wanted to find out was Joker. So this is what we needed to find it out in this. Okay, so let me call this and let me place this over here. Okay, and this should have been not title. See, can you see I'm making the same mistake which I'm explaining you. So here we need to pass the actual argument from this movies. I need to find this. Okay, so I'm calling this, save this. If I call this, can you see no output? We have just seen, okay, for loops assigned to a variable, etc, etc. You have seen lot many things. Okay, if I just write print on top of that, okay, save this, run this, okay, it is returning -1. So now why it is returning -1, that's what the problem I was trying to tell, because even if this joker is available, okay, the reason why it is giving me an -1, even if it is available, as I told you, this is not a list, so it is not able to find out the value from a dictionary. So we need to write a different approach for this. If it would have been a dictionary, if it would have been a list, inside a list, this approach would have worked. Okay, or also you can just, like, if you don't want to write this, let me just copy this, Control C. Okay, what you can do is you can assign this to an index also, and here what you can do is, okay, if your index, okay, is not equals to -1, okay, print, okay, we'll write F interpolation. Okay, so your joker is found at index, call the variable which we have just created above. Okay, as simple as that. Control C. I'll write my else part. Okay, joker is not found. Okay, and ideally it will give. So you can just format your output also. Okay, so I should not write at index because it is not giving. So joker is not found, hence returning or ignoring value error. Okay, we get some called value error. So let me change that. Okay, joker is not found, hence returning, even if it's available. So this was the issue which I wanted to tell you, because this is not a list of list. Okay, so then how we will do this? Okay, if it is a dictionary. Okay, so that's where, like, we will be writing a different approach to get it working. Okay, and what it is, let's try to understand it. Okay, so let's go at the top. So what I would do is, okay, let's comment this out. Okay, and let's try to write this with a dictionary. What I'll try to do, I'll try to write with a dictionary, and I'll try to comment this piece of code also, because this is again, like, will not hamper us. Okay, so let's go to dictionary. If you remember, when I was trying to teach you, I taught you something called enumerate. Okay, what I taught you was enumerate. E-N-U-M-E-R-A-T. So what enumerate does is it iterates on iterables like your list, dictionary, etc, etc. Okay, and it assigns index, if you are able to recall. Okay, that is what I'm doing. And it takes 2 argument, we can pass default value also. If you remember, this we have seen. So I will be using that approach. So I've just recalled for you. Sorry for the voice. Okay, so I'm trying to create a function. Okay, so quickly I'll just try to be a little faster. So let's say I'm trying to create a function which okay, now for, so what I'm trying to create a function. Okay, so this, again, as I said, when you're trying to create the function, you can give any name of your choice, or you can give the same name also. We have just tested this. So for index, okay, and movie. So what will happen, as I said, okay, when we will iterate on this, okay, in this dictionary, okay, so for each we will get indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That's how we will get. Okay, so for, where is the function I'm writing? This is the function, sorry. Okay, So I'm just taking two variable names, one for index, one for movie, okay, in what? Actual what you would be passing. So that is nothing but your, sorry, I need to write like your enumerate, okay, and in this enumerate what we are passing is titles, okay. So if it is, so it will try to iterate on this and it will give me index and it will give movie. That is what we are doing over here. Now I am trying to write if, okay, if movie, okay, in that movie, okay, if my title, okay, equals to, okay, equals to the position, okay. So what I am trying to search, okay, if my movie, okay, which I am trying to search, okay, if it is in that position, okay, what I need to return is, I need to return my index, which will be taken from enumerate. Sorry, I missed the colon symbol. Okay, what I need to do is, I need to, else I need to return -1. I've already shown you guys in a function we can write multiple returns also. Again, like one more example of a different variety of code writing style. Okay, so we are trying to create a function with the name movies title, passing two arguments. I'm trying to write enumerate, okay, and I'm trying to, here I'm just little worried. Let's see if it fails, we'll see how to resolve it, okay. So I'm trying to pass, it will give me index and movie. So if from that movie, okay, the title is actually like what position, like here I would be passing some argument, or you can hardcode equals to Joker, okay, return the index else -1. That's how it is. Okay, easy and simple. I hope you understood this function. Let's scroll a little down, okay, and let me just quickly copy this, Control C. You know I'm a lazy person. Okay, so let's uncomment this. Okay, same thing. So we are calling that, calling the function. Okay, we are passing now the actual argument. Okay, and the index of this title we need to find. Okay, so if index is not equal to 1, okay, it means it is not found. Sorry, if it is equals to -1, okay, so it's not found, and if it is available it will return me that index. Let's save this and let's execute this piece of code. Can you see it is giving me Joker is found at index 4. If I scroll up, okay, 0 1 2 3 4. Let's try to give my name. Let's try to give RF. Save this and let's execute this. If you see, I should have changed over here RF, and let's say RF. Let's run this. Okay, so RF is not found. Okay, let's test one more good one. Okay, so let's say you, in spite of hard coding, okay, you can assign this value to a variable also and call that variables also. So it would be dynamic. So let's say one of the, let's take Avengers. Okay, so what we will do is we will try to test this Avengers. Okay, let's save this. Okay, let me save this and let me call this. Can you see Avengers is found at index 1? So if I scroll up, 0 and 1. Okay, I hope now you have understood various approaches of writing the codes, guys. Okay, so please practice today, because today you have time in hand. All the 2 questions related to Python, dictionaries, okay, and 2 tuples, please try to solve in these approaches. If you're having issues, post in the WhatsApp group, someone or the other will be able to help us, or else I'll try to ping you. Okay, so I'll upload this on and also the 5 SQL queries. Please work on it, okay, because we have assessment on that. Okay, chalo, thank you so much, take care, bye.